In my previous session, I talked about how to install MySQL Server and MySQL Workbench on Mac operating system. In today's tutorial, I would like to give you a real quick overview of an interface of MySQL Workbench. Because I remember when I first started with MySQL, it was a little bit overwhelming, having all those panel options and toolbars, but actually it was not that hard. So let's get started and look at the interface of MySQL Workbench. Welcome back, my name is Gurpreet, and if this is the first time you are visiting my channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you stay up to date with all of my videos. So let's get started. So let's start by understanding the main sections of MySQL Workbench. So whenever we open our MySQL Workbench, you will be prompted on this particular screen, and on the left hand side you will see MySQL connections. So let's double click on that and you will be prompted for entering the root password, the one which we created when we were installing MySQL Server. So in this, once you enter the password, the main workbench will open and it will look something like this. So don't get overwhelmed with all of this because I know there are a lot of options in here, but I will go through these ones in detail. So on the left hand side is the navigation menu, which comprises of administration and schema. And by default, when you open this section, under administration we have three areas: the management area, instance, and performance. So this section is mainly used by admins to manage the server, the connections, and other information. So if we click on the server status, you will see the server is running, what is the CPU load, how many connections are there. So all that information are basically used by database admins to see if the server is running fine or if there are any issues or if they need to increase the capacity or to check the connections. Same way they can select client connection and see all the client connections to this particular server. Then they can manage users and privileges. They can do the data exports from here, same as import. And in the instances, they can do the startup and shutdown of the server from here. They can also check the server logs and also the performance of the database. And this is just showing the dashboard of how the database is performing, how the server is performing. They can look at different options like MySQL status and database status and all different options. And this is, as I mentioned, it's mainly for database admins, as currently this tutorial is mainly for learning SQL, so we won't go into too much detail of this database admin side. So in the navigation section, the second one is schema. So in this schema, we will have multiple databases. In this case, we have Superstore database and System database. And when you click on any of this, it will give you a drop-down with options to see tables, views, stored procedures, and function. So for example, I want to see some tables which are in the Superstore database. So when I click on the tables, it will give me the list of tables. And in this particular example, we only have store table. So I will close this window. We don't need that. And I will close this as well, all the windows. So all the tabs are closed, right? So this is mainly about navigation section. And now moving on to the top section, which is the main toolbar. This toolbar is used to create SQL queries, SQL tab for executing queries. If you hover over, you can see that. And this will help to open SQL script files if you are creating a new query tab. This is just for information for the selected object. And this is used to create a new schema or database on the connected server. And this is to create new tables in an active schema. And same way, there are more options which we can go in detail in our future tutorials. And this particular section is a sub toolbar, or you can say a toolbar for queries. So this is mainly used to open if you have any other saved SQL queries. And you can also save the query which you are writing in the query window. And this is used to execute a query and so on. And this particular window is the query window where you can write in the queries or the commands. So in this case, for example, I will write in select from store. So here, when I press this execution button, it will create a result window where you can see all the data in that table is displayed in the table form with all the columns and all the values in here. And you can see in this result grid, we have different options on the right hand side. We can click on form editor. Whichever row is selected, like the first row is selected, it will give you a form editor. And this is in read-only mode. And then if we go to the field types, it will give us all the fields in that table with their schema, table, their data types, precision, and all other information is here. And same way you can see the query status, how much time actually it took for the query to run, and if there are any errors, how many rows were processed, were there any temporary table used, and so on. And just below that we have an output window. It basically tells you or gives you the history of queries which ran. So for example, when we ran select star from store table, it tells us that what time that query ran. So it is 10:15 a.m. Local time where I am currently running. And it also tells us how many rows were returned and what was the duration of that particular query. So if I run this query again, you will see the second output item is created and it tells you when that query ran. So that way, whatever query we run, it will give us the history of your execution commands. And you can click on this drop down and you can see the text output if there is any, or you can just see the history of on which date we ran these queries. And that way it will give you that information of, or it will give the information of the logs of your queries which you are running. And now moving on to the right hand side, it's just a additional help for MySQL Workbench, which helps you to give the information about the syntax or the definition which you are trying to run in the queries. So for this, on the top section, these are the three panels where my personal preference is to hide it, but you can select any of these and it will give you that option and where you want to keep it. So that way it can help you whenever you need it. So that was the summary or the overview of the interface of MySQL Workbench. So now that you have seen that, it won't be that overwhelming when you start practicing on MySQL Workbench. I hope you guys like this session, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a message in the comments below. And also, I have put links in the description of this video where you can find more resources and books on learning SQL. So go and check it out, and we'll see you in the next video.